Alright guys, welcome back to Crazy for KV's RC. I'm Tim. Welcome back to my channel. On this episode of the RC Garage Tour, which is episode 7, we're going to check out my Pirate Wagon. We'll check it out here in a minute, but it's a product of opportunity and sales and deals, and always being on the lookout for the next 3 or 4 builds, not just the next one. So kind of like the TRX4, found it on sale. It's based on a Gatekeeper kit. So bought the Gatekeeper kit, and I'd already built my Gatekeeper. You guys have already seen that, and really like the truck, like the chassis. Simple, affordable, but still nice. I'm not a fan of their axle design. It's bulky, and you can't actually screw their third member all the way in because you start to get really bad binding in that ring and pinion and the axles. Kind of my only beef with it. It's a little outdated, but they're super nice trucks. They're fun. I actually really like the trailing arm suspension, especially on this. It's got some of the Rock Pirates goodies. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they'll be linked down below. They make some pretty awesome stuff, mostly CNC or laser cut aluminum. They're really well known for their affordable shock towers. They make them for kind of all the TRX4, SCX 10s, the Elements, and I think they're making them for the VS4 10s as well. But so I have the shock towers on there for that. Got what they call a hardline bed. It's kind of a minimalistic bed. It covers up, the braces and the raw chassis rails, but it doesn't really get in the way, and it really doesn't weigh much, even though it's made out of aluminum. Very lightweight. Also running their sliders. If you're going to get anything from them, honestly, I recommend checking out some sliders and possibly some of the shock towers. Pretty good upgrades. They've got sliders set up to custom fit for the Power Wagon, the Cliffhanger, some of the more popular bodies. I think the Ecto, and they're really slick, nice, rounded bent aluminum, and they actually really slide over things quite well. If you've ran steel sliders in the past, this is kind of a completely different, they slide kind of like a plastic slider would. But also running that 16 turn Crawlmaster Expert. You guys probably noticed by now, it's one of my only trucks running brushed. Some of the earlier ones, a little more budget friendly, were in that Crawlmaster Sport category, but this is my only Crawlmaster Expert, running a 1080 ESC, nothing fancy. Super smooth. I wish it had more wheel speed. Probably need to go up on the pinion. It's got plenty of torque, but it does what it needs to do, and it does it pretty well. It's a fun truck. Looks great too. I love the blue and silver combo. It's riding on Pro-Line Hyrax G8 compound. I don't have anything Predator. Live in Georgia. It's over 100 many days in the summer, so there's really no point in having Predator compound here. And sometimes on Christmas it's in the 70s, so that Predator would just melt out here, and the G8's usually good enough. So we're going to take a quick look at it on the bench. I'll kind of show you guys what I just talked about, and then we're going to take it to one of my favorite running spots. Nice little spot by a lake with some decent rock. Really fun, nothing too crazy challenging, but a lot of different lines. You can have a ball out there. You can spend all day out there and just have a great time. But let's go check it out, and then we'll get outside and run it. Next up, we got my Pirate Wagon. Like I said, this is a Power Wagon body, or cab only, and it's got that Rock Pirates RC hardline bed. Pretty slick setup, all aluminum. These are their shock towers. This is an additional cross brace, spare tire mount, and then I got the Reese RC sway bar on here because this is a Gatekeeper build. That front bumper can be a little troublesome. I need to find something that is a little more suited for it, but I might just do a TGH modular bumper. It's just a simple little bar and 2 little mounts, just to keep the body from getting tore up. But so for body mounting, we just got these 2 body posts screwed through that hardline bed. And there's corresponding holes there. So it just kind of slides in behind that transmission, and then those holes line up, and then you get for 2 front body posts. And those Rock Pirate sliders help hold it on too. They're fitted for Power Wagon. So 16 turn brush motor. Not my greatest soldering job. It is on there though. 1080 ESC raw 500. This is just like an old faithful setup truck. This is a SOR Racing Enduro shock mounts. So it kind of allows you to lean your shocks back in the front, and in the back I got them lean forward. Kind of helps everything tuck in a little bit. You don't lose any travel, but everything sits a little bit lower. You see the wheels and tires, the Hyraxes, not my favorite. They clog up dirt real easily. And there's really no just sticky rock out here. It's all kind of dirt rock. So they're not the best, but they do okay. The last thing I'll show you guys is little interior cage. I bought this from Harley Designs. I think I paid $2 for the cage file, and then $2 for the dash and the seat file. But because of where that transmission sits on the Element, you cannot get the seats in there. But that's okay. I have the files. I can use it for anything I put a Power Wagon on. And I think he's working on it for a cliffhanger as well. But pretty sweet little setup. Let's see if I can get the body on one-handed for you guys. I hate body clips, so the less I have of them, the happier I am. You gotta make sure you're down in the sliders, and it's tight. There you go. Done. And nice and easy. Alright, guys. Enough talking. Let's go outside. Let's run it. First truly performance-oriented truck. Obviously, we've had the capper already, but this resembles a lot more of what someone would drive in a competition. So let's get it out and run it. All right, guys, we're out here back at my favorite little crawling spot that's local to me. I got my Element-based Rock Pirates, call it my Pirate Wagon. Standard Element chassis you guys already saw, but we're just gonna take it for a little drive and show you guys what it can do. All right, we're hitting the rocks with the Pirate Wagon. This is a very capable and actually very budget-minded truck. If you take that raw 500 out and put something like a EcoPower 120T, an Amazon servo, and swap that Crawlmaster Expert for a Crawlmaster Sport, probably 13 turn would be my choice for this truck. You're gonna have decent wheel speed, actually even a little bit more, and plenty of power. This truck weighs only about 5 pounds, maybe 5.5 pounds. So it's light, you don't need a lot of steering power in order to get by. You can actually see there, half the rear tire looks wet. Actually I blew a shock just bringing it home from Cherokee Rock Village. Just the way it was packed in my bed of my truck, it ended up kind of blowing the seal out of the shock, and just haven't fixed it yet, but that's all right for what we're doing today. No big deal. A little bit of oil on the tire, definitely hindering performance, but we're not out here trying to set any records or dodge any cones, so not a big deal. Getting a little hung up on that slider right there, just not a fault at the slider at all, just angle I approached it at, but we were able to get over. You guys have probably already seen a couple videos with this area that I like to crawl in, and probably notice it does look pretty easy. I will note the camera kind of flattens things out, but this truck was designed to be very capable, and it is. It's got great approach angles. The front could be a little bit better because of that bumper, but once I get that TGH modular bumper which I most likely will do, that's going to fix a lot of those issues. It's going to sit basically flush right with the front of the body. So, and the departure angle is very good, as there's basically just a rear bumper eliminator back there. I think that's a STRC or some company that makes a bunch of aluminum products on AMA. So this truck kind of serves a great lesson that you don't always have to spend top dollar and go with the big bad brushless systems or high dollar servos. There's one in here, but it definitely does not need it in order to hit some difficult lines and just get out and run and have fun and even be competitive amongst most of your friends, likely, unless you're in a really competitive group. You just saw, if you watched the Capra 4-wheel steer video, the Capra 4-wheel steer, I was having a lot of problems with that little kind of hole that we just went through, and this thing walked right through it. So could have been luck, probably a little bit of that involved. Getting a little more used to one-handed driving at this point, and especially trying to run 4-wheel steer one-handed, it's pretty difficult, but nevertheless, different setup, and sometimes a little bit heavier of a truck can be a little bit of an aid. You don't want to add too much weight. You just add strain on your electronics and your drivetrain, but a little bit of weight where it counts is definitely beneficial. So nothing too crazy going on. I think the foams are a little stiff in this. I think I have crawl innovations mediums, and I think I could probably go to the lights or the soft. This truck doesn't weigh enough probably to warrant those mediums, but almost tipping over there. Just do a little backup and kind of a reset. We cut there, I was repositioning, and then what little wheel speed this truck has was able to bump it up and over. I may end up grabbing a Fusion Pro or something to put in here, just something with a little more wheel speed, but kind of match that smoothness that this Crawlmaster Expert has. I at one point was thinking about a Crawlmaster Magnum, but I just don't think it really matters too much in this truck what kind of power plant it has. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. All right, guys, thanks for checking out my Element based Rock Pirates Pirate Wagon, I call it. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for checking out Crazy for KV's RC and making it to the end of the video. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's something you'd like to see me do or do differently. Open to feedback. Check me out on Instagram. That's crazyforkvs_RC. Link down below as well. And first episode of the podcast is live, and you can find that on Spotify or Anchor FM. Links in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.